Hi, today I'm going to be showing you how to do a basic double exposure technique in Photoshop CS6. For this tutorial you're going to need two images that you'd like to combine together using this technique. So I've sourced two images of a royalty-free website called sxc.hu. It's quite useful to use these images when you're just wanting to manipulate and edit them in Photoshop. So I'm going to go into File, Open, and bring up my first image, which is a portrait image. I'm going to go onto File and Open again and bring up my second image, which is a landscape image. Next I want to go on Select All, and you can see these little dotted lines will come up around your image, and that's showing that you've made the selection. These are called marching ants. Next you want to go on to Edit and Copy. The next thing you want to do, you can see these two tabs up here. You want to click on the left tab and that will bring up your portrait image, and you want to click on Edit and Paste. And you can see the image will be pasted over the top of your portrait. You can see the scale is not to fit currently, so you want to click onto your Move tool and make sure that your transform controls are up, and to make sure they are up you can tick this box. You can see once I untick the box they're not visible, and once I tick it they are visible. So the next thing you want to do is hold your Shift key on your keyboard and just resize the image, and this allows you to keep it into proportion. So do this until you're happy with the visual output. Next you want to tick to commit to transform. The next thing you want to be doing is on your second layer you want to change the opacity just so you can visibly see the image underneath. So I'm going to change mine to about 41%. Once you've done that, click on Layer, Layer Mask, and hide all, and that will hide the image. You can see here on the right hand side in the layer palette that the image is now hidden with a black sort of layer mask. Next thing you want to do is bring up your paintbrush tool, and your two colours in your colour palette you want them to be black and white. If they're not, you just click on the colour and in your colour picker just drag it to the colour you want, and it will show in this box here, and just press OK. Your foreground colour you want it to be white, so by switching the arrows, it allows you to bring up the white as your foreground colour. Now I'm going to paint into my image, and as you can see, as soon as I paint into it, the image that shows is the landscape that's underneath. So I'm going to do this quite quickly just to give you an example. If you do find that you were going over lines at all by doing this, you can swap colours to black and paint back into it, and it allows you to take away that mistake that you've made. If you want to go in a little bit clearer, you just press CTRL and plus to zoom in, and to zoom out CTRL minus. On a Mac this will be Command plus to zoom in and Command minus to zoom out. Also, if you want to resize your brush, just remember to use your bracket tools. So the next thing I'm going to do is change my levels. So I'm going to tick on my background image and I want to go to Image, Adjustments and Levels, and I just want to change my tones. So these are my darker tones, my midtones is the grey indicator, and my highlights is the light white indicator. So I'm just going to put a bit of tones in this and just change midtones slightly. I'm just going to press OK once you've done that, and then next thing, do the same thing to your second image. Make sure you tick on this image. So you want to go to Image, Adjustments and Levels and do the same thing again. You can change your tones and change your midtones if you want to, and then you can do the same and pop in some highlights if you want, and press OK once you've done that. As you can see, there's two separate layers there, so to combine them together you can press CTRL and hold that down and click on the second layer to highlight them both blue. You can either right click on your mouse and merge layers, or alternatively you can go to Layer, Merge Layers, and that's it. A quick trick Photoshop double exposure technique. Thank you.